Welcome to another tips and tricks from AppsEvents and ASA. Today I'm going to show you how you can use branching within Google Form. Branching is also known as branching logic and conditional questions because we can direct students to questions depending on how they have answered previous questions. The branching feature works by creating new pages or sections within your Google Form. So let's have a look at how this works. Before you can use the branching feature within Google Forms, you have to have the first part of Google Forms set up as you normally would. So in this example here, it's just a review. I'm asking the students to write their first name and surname, and I'm giving them a first question where they will need to rate themselves. And this is where the branching feature comes in. If you are not sure about how to add sections, if we look at the floating toolbar in Google Form, at the very bottom is where you add sections. You can see as I scroll down that I have a number of sections that I've already laid out. The first part is looking at the reviewing equations if the students were not sure about the work they looked at. Section 3 looks at simple calculations where they're applying their learning. And Section 4 looks at exam style questions for students who are more confident in their work. You can also use the branching feature to differentiate work that students will undertake. I will scroll back to the top, and the very first question that will allow students to select the next set of questions they answer depending on their initial response. And set up the branch feature, I will go back to the very first question that the students will need to respond to. And from that, it will determine which next question they then answer. So to set this up, click inside the questions, go to the three dots, and if you click on that, it will have the option go to section based on answer. So click on that, and automatically you can see that each of the options says continue to next section, continue to next section. For the very first one where I want the students to review the equations, if I click on the drop down option, it goes to, I'm going to select section 2 where they're going to review the equations because they're not too sure about what they've looked at. So I'll highlight that. Where the students will select that they want to start trying simple calculations, if I click on the drop down on the right hand side, I'll just click on simple calculations and I'll pause here. In order to make this process easy, if you can name your sections similar to the responses that the students give, it makes it easy to match it up. Otherwise, it can be a little bit confusing. So I'll just select that. And for the very last one, where they're ready to try exam style questions, if I click on the drop box option there, I'll click on section 4, exam style questions. Okay, so that's already been set up. So that's the first part of the branching. Now, underneath each section, you've got it set up that it will automatically go to the next section. And we need to make sure that we have this set up so that after they've responded to the additional question, I want them just to go straight to submit form. So I'll click in there and I'll highlight submit form. I'll do the same with section 3. Once they've responded to those particular questions, I just like them to submit the form. Now, with the very last section, I've only got 4 sections, it will automatically go to submit form. So there's nothing that I would need to do. And that is how you set up branching within Google Form. This demonstration, I'm not going to submit the correct answers, but I'm going to show you what appears when I select each of these different options. I hope you found this feature useful. If you did, you can visit the website appsevents.com for even more tips and tricks. Thank you for watching and see you again soon.